Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video. This is a request for Mr. Majestic. And for those who want to send in a paid request for anything, it could be review, topic, randomness, out of the blueness, re-review, whatever it may be, out of the blueness, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box down below. Now this, technically there's two parts to it. The main one is, if you went to an island, you were stuck on an island, which 10 movies would you have? But the stipulation is, they're films that have to be made before 1970. Which was interesting, because he knew I would just choose like 80s, 90s movies. Aliens and Rambo, so he knew. Now, there's another part of this, which I'll just get to now. The characters from Ghostbusters 2016. Fuck, marry, kill. So that's Melissa McCarthy, Leslie Jones, Kristen Wiig, and what the hell was her other name? The wannabe Egon. I forgot her name. I would say kill all of them. But yeah, fuck it. Kill all those characters. I don't fuck that movie. But that wouldn't be a fair assessment. Okay, marry. Is it the actress or the characters? Because the characters, I don't want to marry any of them, and I honestly don't want to fuck any of them. That's just me. And this is meant for fun. I don't necessarily mean kill, but it's just for fun. If I mean the actors, marry Melissa McCarthy, steal all her money, and then divorce her by setting it up where she cheats on me, but I know she cheated on me, but then I record it, and then I get 50%. Learned it from Eddie Murphy. 50. Like Johnny Carson got divorced. You got 50%? So, again, take half her money. Fuck. Kristen Wiig. You know what? Kristen Wiig is actually a good-looking lady. And just, the movie was just a piss-poorly done script. But Kristen Wiig is actually a nice-looking movie. So, fuck. And kill Leslie Jones for raping Eddie Murphy and Coming to America 2. So there you go. Marry Melissa McCarthy so I can steal half her money and a divorce. Set up, she cheated on me. See, these are the evidence. What? Yep, you cheated on me. Divorce, I get half of your money. I didn't fuck Kristen Wiig because I think she's the best looking of the four. And killed Leslie Jones in retaliation for date raping Eddie Murphy's character in Coming to America 2. Plus then she would shut the fuck up. Hey, I'm loud. It's like fucking female version of Kevin Hart. Sorry, I'll stick with. And so, oh, because she's black? No, because she's annoying. And there's much better women out there, like Halle Berry. Love Halle Berry. And Halle Berry, I really liked her more and more because I loved her in Kidnap. I loved her in John Wick 3. I know she has an MMA movie out, like a fighting movie. So, really like Halle Berry. In fact, I got Kidnap right there. Halle Berry's a lot fucking better than Leslie Jones. So that's what I would do with that. That's based on the 2016 Ghostbusters. But the other topic, again, 10 movies to bring to an island, but they have to be movies before 1970. I had to think about that for a bit, because I would bring like Three Stooges shorts. I got the Three Stooges collection. I would bring that from the 1930s. And also Superman cartoons, like the Fleischer cartoons from like the 40s. So I'd be like, okay, well, if it's before 1970, I want to bring the Three Stooges I want to bring the Fleischer Superman cartoons. But he said movies, so I picked 10 movies. The 10 movies I picked were, I want some comedies, so I picked about 3 or 4 comedies. Because if I'm stuck on an island, I would want to laugh. Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein, Abbott and Costello Meet Invisible Man, The Odd Couple from 1968, and Dr. Strangelove. Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein, Meet the Invisible Man, and I was sneaked in the Three Stooges and Fleischer cartoons in my, sneaked them in. So because my favorite comedy team from back in the day is the Three Stooges. But if I have a second favorite comedy team, when I say back in the day, around 1930s to 1950s, number 1 is Three Stooges for me. Number 2 would probably be Abbott and Costello. Meet Frankenstein, hilarious film. I think it's their best movie. Great to have Bela Lugosi and Lon Chaney Jr. as Dracula and the Wolfman. It's too bad Boris Karloff said no to the Frankenstein monster. He would do a movie later on with them, where it's called Abbott and Costello Meet the Killer, Boris Karloff, even though Boris Karloff, I don't think, really was the killer in that. But Boris Karloff didn't want to do it because he didn't want the monster to be a thing of comedy. I was like, well, yeah, but the monster is taken seriously. The comedy is from Abbott and Costello. And it would have been like the only time you had Bela Lugosi, again, Dracula, and Lon Chaney Jr. as the Wolfman. I did that Boris Karloff as the Frankenstein monster. I think would have been pretty cool, but it is what it is. But very funny movie. Abbott and Costello, despite their issues they had with each other, they did work very well together. Same with Meet the Invisible Man. I just found them very fun comedies. Very entertaining, very funny. Same with The Odd Couple. You got Jack Lemmon and you got Walter Matthau together. Great comedy team. Later you would see them Grumpy Old Men. Even a film that isn't that good, like Out to Sea, I could watch as a time waster because of those two. I actually liked The Odd Couple too. A lot of people hated that movie, but I actually thought that sequel was rather fun. But the original Odd Couple, I got some genuine laughs out of it. Like when Walter Matthau's getting exasperated by Jack Lemmon. It's like, you keep doing this and doing that. You change the towels to... It took me a while to realize that F-U meant Felix Unger. Because he thought the F-U meant fuck off or fuck you. So it took a while to realize... It took me a while to realize that F-U meant Felix Unger. Because he thought it was the other F-U. So, I mean, there are some pretty genuine moments of laughter in that. So, I do like The Odd Couple from... I think 1968. So those 3 would be on there. I would want some sci-fi movies. So I picked The Thing from Another World from 1951. I would say that's my favorite sci-fi film from the 50s. And I love John Carpenter's The Thing. John Carpenter's The Thing is one of my favorite films ever. But I first saw The Thing from Another World before that. And... before John Carpenter's film, and I just like the way the dialogue is very snappy, very quick out of people's mouths, and people are like almost talking over each other, and they're just very crisp and fast with their dialogue. There's like never any moment to slow down or be dull. And the characters in the 50s thing, they had some personality to them, they're ribbing each other, and this is pretty decently effective scenes. I think it has one of the best jump scares in movies. Where there's the Geiger counter, they open it, and it's right there. And a guy has to duck before he gets smashed by this big fucking arm. Because there's no music. And they open up a door, everything's fine. And there's a Geiger counter. There's no, like, score. It's like, here's the Geiger... Okay, something's going on with this. Open the door. Boom, it's there. Oh, shit. Yeah. There's actually some pretty witty dialogue. What if that thing could read our thoughts? Well, he's gonna be really mad when he gets to me. That's a pretty good film. Even if you're not into 50s movies, The Thing from Another World is it's a very solid film. Interesting take on a monster. Neat way that they kill it off by electrocuting it. So it made it a bit different than just an explosion. The cast did a good job. They really liked that movie. That's a film I would like to get on Blu-ray sometime. I have a DVD of it somewhere, but I would like to pick that up on Blu-ray someday. If it's still in print. I don't know if it's in print. Another sci-fi film, of course, 2001: A Space Odyssey. Came out in 1968, give or take. Love 2001: A Space Odyssey. Really enjoy the film. I remember I first saw that on cable on Turner Classic Movies, actually. I think there was one point where they had 2001 and the sequel 2010. And 2001, it sounds stupid when I say this, but it felt like a movie. It felt like this was a grand event. With the way it's directed by Stanley Kubrick and bringing people into this world, like a scope to it. And you don't really get that in movies today. There's not a lot of movies that it just feels like a movie. I mean, I felt that way rarely in the times of today. I love entertainment just as much as anybody else. But I miss movies like that. God, I do miss that stuff, man. I really do. I really do. But I mean, what more can be said about that? I love the visuals of it, the music. I think it does a nice job with, in a weird way, quiet. How not everything needs to be busy. Not everything needs to be talking and be so crazy with camera angles and editing and constant dialogue. Sometimes if you just sit there and just let it sink in, it could be just as effective. And like Hell 9000, the quiet tone of his voice makes that a bit of an effective, if you want to call it a villain in a way. But yeah, I always enjoyed it. I enjoyed it when I first saw it. Definitely metaphysical ending, which I do understand a bit more older than I did when I first saw it. But yeah, 2001: Space Odyssey. Dr. Strangelove, I mentioned that, but I didn't go into further detail. Another Stanley Kubrick film that I found rather funny, and it's peculiar. It's doing like a comedy take on, what if we got into a nuclear war, and I think that's a film that really does, if you want to showcase just how piss poor all politicians are and the government, that's a movie that does it fairly well. You got Peter Sellers in multiple roles. You got George C. Scott. George C. Scott's a lot of fun. I think when he did the film, like he was doing the role serious, and each time Stanley Kubrick, let's just do one take for fun. And so Stanley Kubrick only used those takes that he did for fun, and then George C. Scott got pissed. But I think he did a great job. He did a very peculiar film in the fact that even at the end, I don't know if I want to say it's abrupt, but Dr. Strangelove has the idea of how they're all going to be getting this one thing, the safety. Mein Führer, I can walk! And then you see this explosion. It's not a typical movie, I'll say it's not typical. I know there's like a more serious movie called Failsafe, I believe it's called, with Walter Matthau. Again, it's a serious version of Dr. Strangelove, but Dr. Strangelove, they're stealing our precious fluids. I think you had a good cast. Because you also had like Slim Pickens in there. Shots that stick with you, like Slim Pickens riding the rocket all the way down, waving his cowboy hat around. Yahoo! I say it's a film that it's not typical, and that its uniqueness is kind of endearing to me. Now, I was going to pit Metropolis, the silent film, but I was going to pit Giorgio Moroder's version, because that has the 80s soundtrack in it. And I do like Metropolis, but I like the Giorgio Moroder where he edited down to a faster pace, but I figured that'd be a cheat, so I won't do that. So I'll just pit the 30s Teen Con film. Enjoy Teen Con from the 1930s. I remember when I first saw it on VHS and just loved the stop motion animation. Definitely felt that adventure quality to it. Despite it being stop motion animation, it still felt like an epicness to it, even when I saw it as a kid on VHS. With all the different creatures and the stuff that our crewmen had to battle, the planes taking out Teen Con from the building in New York. Always enjoyed the original Teen Con. And then the last three. So yeah, it's Abbott Costello Meet Frankenstein, Abbott Costello Meet the Invisible Man, Doctor Strangelove, Theme from Another World, The Original Odd Couple, 2001: Space Odyssey, Teen Con. The last three is a western, an action film, and a thriller. You have a bit of variety. Now the western is for a few dollars more. Just come on, have some Clint Eastwood in there. And that's my favorite of the three, for a few dollars more. I like A Fistful of Dollars, I like Good, the Bad, the Ugly, but the second one I always enjoyed more. I like Lee Van Cleef, the way he's utilizing that. Of the three, that's probably my favorite score of the three. I don't know, that one I was always drawn to the most. I love that music with the pocket watch. I like the standoff where kind of Clint Eastwood let Lee Van Cleef take care of his business, but Clint Eastwood took care of other business too. And him and Lee Van Cleef, they're not really friends, but they're not really enemies either. I thought that was a little bit of an interesting dynamic compared to some other stuff. Can always enjoy for a few dollars more. I'm sorry I'm not going in depth on this. Goldfinger, put a James Bond film, Sean Connery James Bond film. Of the early Sean Connery ones, it was between that and You Only Live Twice. Those are my two favorite Sean Connery Bond films, but I would pick Goldfinger. Just the gadgets, Sean Connery in top form. You have the villain with the hat that can cut your head off. Odd Job. Do you expect me to talk? No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die. That's just a classic James Bond film, so I gotta pick Goldfinger. And number 10, Rear Window, Alfred Hitchcock. I was thinking of putting The Birds on there, but I would put Rear Window, because I thought Jimmy Stewart did a great job with that. I like the... how do I put it? Many films that were inspired by it, I enjoy those films, whether it be Disturbia, even the original Fright Night, guy watching his neighbor, there's something awry going on. But the predecessor of that is Rear Window. And like I said, I always enjoyed Rear Window. No, I can't say that, because I only saw I always enjoyed the type of film. That's what I meant to say. The type of film. You're trapped, or you're in one place, and you've seen the world, and you're noticing stuff that no one else is noticing. And so it's like a mystery. You're putting clues together. Road Games did that, where Stacy Keach was doing it, but it's from his truck. He keeps noticing this guy doing weird things from the inside of his semi-truck. Love Road Games. Road Games is an underrated film. Like I said, I enjoyed Disturbia, Shia LaBeouf. I enjoyed the original Fright Night. I enjoy. So it's nice to see where that all came from, and the way Alfred Hitchcock directed it. Jimmy Stewart, I thought, did a nice job. Just, you really felt in his shoes being stuck in his wheelchair. What is he in this world, and these weird things going on and off? Am I seeing things? Is that really what's going on? That type of stuff. I thought it was really cool. I thought they did a good job with that, in my opinion. So, yeah, I gotta put Rear Window on the list. So, Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein, Abbott and Costello Meet the Invisible Man, Teen Con, Thing from Another World from the 1950s, The Odd Couple, 2001: Space Odyssey, For a Few Dollars More, Dr. Strangelove, Goldfinger, and Rear Window. So there's the list. So with that said, thanks for watching, take care, and we will see you guys later. Bye-bye.